podcast. We're back. Charles, how you doing?
I'm very good. I'm in the Christmas spirit.
Are you?
I am, yeah.
I actually wasn't expecting that from
Really?
you. You kind of give me like bar humbug vibes sometimes.
Oh no. Yeah, I can see why. I really love Christmas lights. Like love Christmas lights. Not that big into Christmas, but Christmas lights.
It's very Christmassy.
Yeah,
You've actually got lights in the background, I think.
Is this a you initiative or an Amy-led initiative? Or it's a bit both.
This is definitely me.
Is it? You love
Well,
Christmas?
initially me. Mate, I had a grotto in my room when I was younger. I'm not actually afraid to admit it because it was that sick. At the time, didn't tell anyone at school.
Obviously.
But in hindsight, unreal. I had fake like snow carpet on the ground.
Oh my God.
And like
Okay.
I had a bunk bed, but it was one of those bunk beds that had like a desk underneath. And I like cordoned the whole thing off to look like the grotto. Sick.
I don't need to comment any further.
No, it's fortunate that I have
Angus loves Christmas.
I have a girlfriend, so it's fine. I can say it. Anyway, we've just got off the back of HYROX London, which is going to be the main focus of today. But bigger things have happened in the sporting world over the
We
weekend.
have, yeah.
I'll let you start.
All I've got is the incredible Alex Yee running a 2:06 marathon in Valencia. Wild.
Is he? I mean, there's a lot of them, but
Yeah.
is he the best endurance athlete in the world?
You put me on the spot. I should have come prepared for this. He's definitely in the conversation. It depends what kind of metric you're using to test. If you're using triathlon as endurance sport, I don't know if he's ever done a long distance tri. I'd be really interested. I'm sure that's the path he's taking himself.
When
down.
you say long distance, you mean
like,
Ironman?
Yeah, Ironman distance. Yeah, or 70.3.
No, because he's done.
Olympic
He did the
distance.
T100 in London.
Yeah.
I believe. Did he? No, he didn't win that.
I don't know.
Oh no, he did the T100, but it wasn't the full distance. He did the Olympic distance T100.
Fine.
I think
Yeah,
he won. But yeah, like his.
I'm surprised that his speciality is Olympic distance. If he's so good at the long
that's
distance
the thing,
running,
like you said, he might be working his way up towards
that's
the
usually
end.
what the top level Olympic triathletes do. I guess there's more publicity in and around that distance, and super tri and Olympic distance. But a lot of the top Olympic distance triathletes, when they retire from Olympic, the sport, they go and then start like progressing down longer distance triathlon. But yeah, he ran 2 hours 6 something, which puts him second on the all-time list behind Mo Farah, who was on
For Valencia specifically.
for
British
British record, which is like, I think Mo Farah is a 2:05. I'm not sure where he ran that, but he's not far off that at all. He's faster than Emil Keres, which is like a specific marathon runner. Like the time is nuts. I mean, off the back of London when he ran his baby, I think this is only his second marathon as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think this is second series.
Off the back of his like baby marathon in London, which was also
I think it was 2:11.
incredible,
Yeah.
right? People like lots of heads were turned, but yeah, he's got honestly incredible capacity. Like it's a monumental feat.
I would love to know, and I believe he does have a YouTube channel, but I don't think he like vlogs. But I would love to know how much he trained specifically for this marathon.
Yeah.
Over like his triathlon, because he's still in the triathlon season.
Yeah.
So like he's still very much having to consider that, and that's his career. That's what pays the bills. But also, I'd be interested to know like what as an athlete gives you more room for higher pay. Is it doing running specifically? Because he's formerly from a 10K running background.
Yeah.
So is he then considering making a move back towards running discipline and maybe going towards marathon if he's already running
Interesting, isn't
2:06 on his second ever?
Yeah.
Or is he looking to progress into the longer distance tri where you often get bigger sponsorships
Yeah.
and you move around the world a bit more?
Yeah.
Well, not necessarily move around the world a bit more, but like there's many more options of where to race.
It's interesting, isn't it? The thing that like springs to mind instantly, if you're in a sport where you're doing 3 different disciplines, you then can have opportunity for 3 times the amount of sponsorship probably. And you probably get more sponsorship deals because you're wearing sponsorship on your suit that you're racing in, rather than I think in running, there's probably less scope for money making.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
don't actually know. I'd be interested to know.
Yeah, because I think I'd argue that the running industry is probably the biggest of the 3 though. So then there's also the scope for maybe higher pay, bigger brands, more brands, that kind of thing. But yeah, no,
I don't know though.
interesting to see
Like cycling is huge, isn't it? But yeah, you're probably right. Worldwide, maybe running, but it's really interesting. Another fun fact is that my coach, when I was doing 400 meters, Max Colby, he was also a marathon runner, I was just scrolling through Power of 10 to see the all-time, because I knew he'd be there somewhere. He's, I think, like top 150 marathoners of all time.
Oh,
he ran like 2:14 in Miami in like the 80s. Like a proper serious marathon runner, which is really cool that he's still there like 30 years later or whatever it is, 40 years later.
Actually, then someone else that's worth a mention from this weekend, a man that has blown up from the beginning of this year really on social media, Hugo Fry.
Yeah, I saw that.
Did you see? He ran a 2:17 marathon.
Unreal.
This weekend,
Yeah.
and well, there was a couple of things that was crazy about it. Obviously, he's been doing quite a few races this season. He's probably overloaded his calendar. And then he went and did the Through the Night thing with BPM and won that.
Yeah.
And that was only, 4 weeks ago? And then he's come in and he ran 2:19, I think, in Berlin, which was his best time at the time. Didn't understand how he did that on the day where, it was hot and everyone else didn't get their times. And then he's gone into this and ran a 2:17. But what's almost more impressive about that, I actually read what he wrote about the race, because it was a qualification race for a lot of the US guys. He was running most of the race on his own, so he didn't have the benefit of a pack to pace him or to help aero-wise.
Yeah.
But he was just on his own for most of it, which is even more mental because, I don't even know what pace it is to be running that, but it's like very low threes.
Yeah, you have to be different type of psycho.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, it's incredible. Like, the capacity of all of these fast marathon runners, like, blows my mind. The best thing about him, though, specifically, is, like, all I see on his social media is him going, yeah, this isn't ideal prep. I wouldn't recommend this. I wouldn't do it. I'm doing way too much. And, like, I don't know how his body copes.
But do you know what's been quite healthy about that is, for me, and I'm not saying that he has directly influenced me as an influencer now, but I, with my own training and care, I'm really not sweating the small stuff anymore. I can safely say that my prep for HYROX London was so below par, and it got bad enough. I decided that the week before I didn't care.
Yeah,
I didn't really taper. I just sort of didn't work out as much or as hard. And then with regard to fueling, I just ate what I ate.
I think you can get away with it though with HYROX. It's such a short event.
That's the thing, and I think a lot of people kind of jump on the trend of it's an endurance event, and I think maybe to begin with, even when I started, everyone was looking at it as an endurance event. You train like it's an endurance discipline, but I think because the times are getting so much faster now, we're starting to realize actually it's not that at all. It's almost in like 10k intensity territory.
Yeah.
And like that's how people are going to start to train.
An early grind my gear coming in. It's like, how are people still carb loading for this?
Yeah, you can't be carb loading.
Like
we've done enough podcasts on the science of it. You don't need to be carb loading. Yes, you need to be eating a good carby meal before you do it, but you don't need to be considering it days out.
Yeah, you can up your carbs probably a little bit, but I wouldn't consider it carb loading. Like, it is mental that I still see people doing that.
But we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Yeah,
and
sorry.
Obviously, coming back to HYROX, the next thing I want to talk about was the Formula One, because the Formula One season ended this weekend, and I was gutted. Again, I was busy working at HYROX, but the tee up for this final race,
unbelievable.
It was almost as good as a few years ago when it was like Lewis versus Max, that sort of level. But for those that need a little bit more context, maybe only watch Drive to Survive, it's going to be a great season because you've got Piastri and Norris both driving for McLaren, who have won the Constructors' Championship. Then you've got Max Verstappen, who's been the undefeated world champion for the last 4 years, I think, driving for Red Bull, who has had zero help from Tsunoda all year and is being replaced.
Yeah.
But
Lost his
just for context as well, I think Red Bull this year scored 470 something points in the Constructors' Championship. 423 of those were Max. So that's pretty wild. But
I'd like to see the stats on, has there been a driver who's finished as high as Max has? And the difference between their points and their partner's points.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think. That's a good point to look into. I doubt it's ever happened.
No.
Then, as a result of how it was all set up, if Lando Norris had come anything lower than fourth and Max Verstappen won, then Max Verstappen would be world champion. If Max didn't finish, then Norris would stay world champion as long as he finished the race and Piastri didn't do anything mental. I think Piastri needed 6 points or something if Norris didn't finish as well. So Piastri basically would only really win if the other two didn't finish. Verstappen needed to win and needed Norris to not come anything higher than fourth. The way that it ended up happening, Norris did the job. He got over the line. He became world champion for the first time. What was also lovely is that Max was really happy for him.
Yeah.
That was huge. We've definitely seen some maturing in Max this season, I feel like.
I don't know if I've never been the biggest Max Verstappen fan, but what I did like with him was he was just like unapologetically himself. And he was like, you see all of the best world champions, whatever sport it is, especially when it's a solo sport like tennis or golf or F1. They have this like air of superiority about themselves, which they create themselves. So it's like almost arrogant to the point where it's like a bit grating because you're like, their personality is too much. And that was always Max. And he was like, I'm unapologetically me and I'm going to win. And I don't care how I win. It doesn't matter. I'm going to be the winner. And I feel like there's been a little bit of a shift this year. And he's been a bit like, if I don't win, it's not going to change my life.
I think, well...
So have you seen those interviews where he said those things? And I'm like, come on, man. It is.
No, but I think the thing that's interesting about that is I feel like if he hadn't won a world championship, then he probably would still be like that. But now he's won though.
But then for me, it's like, well, you're clearly just motivated by money and sponsorships, and it's not about the winning for you. You've got a seat. You've been world champion X amount of times. Do you really care?
I think there's a level of understanding from the current season though and he had it a bit last year with Sergio Perez, but if he has got zero help, and there's only so much he can do. Look at what he's done with no help.
He's had an amazing season.
Like he actually couldn't have done any more than he did
with the car he had.
With the car he had, the support he had, the team around him he had. Don't forget, like it's quite a big deal when your the head of your team gets fired halfway through your season, and he's just persevered and continued to deliver better results. If anything, like. There's not much more he can do. And I wonder if it got to that point where he was like, okay, well, I'm still going to drive the best I can, but everything else is out of my control. And I wonder, I mean,
or like I have nothing else to prove.
I can't do anything else.
I get what you're saying.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But
no, I have seen him in a different light this season. I like him a bit more.
Yeah, for sure. One thing that's not been great this season, I'm really worried about Lewis Hamilton. Really worried. And what made me really sad is he made a post about, he was at one of the races a few weeks ago and someone was like, don't forget who you are. Like someone from the crowd said that. And he was like, I really needed that. And I was like, fuck, like he's and like he's been qualifying terribly. He actually had the best drive this race. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah.
He went from like 18th to I think 6th or 7th, which is ridiculous.
He's still got it.
So he's still very much got it, but like he just needs to figure it out.
It's a shame really. I love the fact that he is driving for Ferrari now. That's always been like a dream for him, and like he looks good in red.
He does look good in red.
But yeah, I feel like the however many years ago it was, 2-3 years ago, when he got pipped by Verstappen in the last race. If he had won that, I reckon that was him retiring.
Yeah,
he was just like walking away from the sport.
Yeah.
But same for him. Like he now, with the car that he had, with the team that he had, he knew he wasn't going to become world champion very early on in the season. Off the back of a poor season with Mercedes as well. So it was just like, I feel like the motivation for him to win and prove himself isn't there anymore because he already knows how good he is. Everyone else knows how good he is. So there's kind of like I don't know. But yeah, it's been a shame for him. He hasn't been able to perform this year.
One of the things I am very much looking forward to though, especially from a Drive to Survive perspective, because of how they, ramp up the drama.
Yeah.
I hope they have been following Carlos Sainz this season.
Yeah.
Because there have been interviews as well where they've said like, are you happy? I mean, you've broken your promise about not being on a podium this year for Williams, and he's been on a podium, and he's sat there. I think he got asked cheekily like a couple of weeks ago, are you happy about what's happened with Ferrari? And he just like doesn't say anything and bursts out laughing, which is really cool. So I think
like deep down, all the drivers do have a lot of respect for each other, and there are some good friendships there. But on like at face value, they don't want to show that.
Yeah,
and they are like competitors at heart. But yeah, Williams has done well this season.
Yeah, they've done really well.
They've got a good partnership. Albon and Sainz are good two drivers.
Well, I mean, the team's redirection has them set for very big success in the next few years. I'm sure every team does have the same thing behind the scenes, but like what they're actioning and who they've brought in to help them.
And those two drivers, that's a great lineup.
Big time. And I mean, even in the engineering team, a lot of them have come from former world championship teams, whether that be Red Bull or Mercedes. So they're recruiting the right people.
And then is Adrian Newey, is he going to be the new head of Aston Martin? Did I see that?
Well, yeah, he's going to be coming in as the head designer.
Okay.
In fact,
Or was he not team principal? I don't read that.
I don't want to chat out my arse and say that you're wrong. But I was actually under the impression that, I don't know if that's starting next season or if it already started.
Oh, I don't know.
He might not have developed this season's Aston Martin car.
Well, yeah,
he might be
was
developing next season.
working with Aston Martin.
But I think he developed the original
Okay,
model.
maybe I read that wrong.
But I think he will be from next season, like all in. Anyway, one of the most important things I want to talk about, Lando Norris's win. Have you seen the clips online of his Monster can?
No.
So Lando's Monster energy flavour is somewhat questionable. I don't hate it. I don't love it.
Yeah.
But some clips started going around of him drinking it after the race and really not enjoying it. Like really not enjoying it. Like genuinely takes a sip and
Really?
like kicks back.
Oh, shit.
But then what became apparent and someone ended up asking him in an interview was, is it just Monster in that?
Oh, someone's put something else in that. Yeah.
He very explicitly says that there's a lot more in there. There's a lot more in that can. And then there's
probably no Monster in it whatsoever.
Yeah, no, not at all. I'm pretty sure it was straight vodka with the kickback.
Yeah.
But there's clips of him, they obviously get their big end of season team photo in front of the cars and he takes a swig, and I don't know what they've put in it this time, but it's a full on like double kickback, like he's done sniffing salts or something. So good. But I love that that's still like,
I'm sure Monster won't be happy with that.
well, you know what it is. It's still publicity.
Yeah.
Any publicity is good publicity.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get into it then. So, HYROX London, the biggest HYROX ever. 40,000 athletes. Asterisk. I'm going to put, because I know multiple people that race multiple times, and I think they don't count that.
Oh, really? You think they double?
Yeah.
They for sure double.
Yeah, for sure. There's 40,000 race entry spots. I bet 40,000 races didn't actually happen.
There's lots of people who race like over twice.
Yeah. So positives, course was huge, which was also a negative for getting around. But it was a 1 lap course with the rock zone built into the run, which was confusing in itself when you're looking at
confusing.
But very enjoyable to race, won't lie.
Okay.
From the mental perspective of, if I compare it to like Cardiff, which I know you did, where you basically run 4 laps every time. When I remember very distinctly in Cardiff being like, done the lunges, I've got 1 run to go. And it was like, I've got 4 laps to go. This time I'd done the lunges and I was like, I've got 2 runs to go, 2 laps. That's so good.
Yeah.
And then coming on to the last run, like you can gas the last run because I think the actual main straight down the back that's not the rock zone, I think that was like 450 meters long, which is so nice to run in a straight line.
It's actually ridiculous that was done inside, because that's not only it's the first time that's had a 1 lapper in the UK, but it's the first time they've had a kilometer run indoors in Europe.
Yeah.
Because the other 1K loops like Rome and Berlin, they go outside.
Yeah.
So like you said it, the scale walking in. And
It was like a city.
I've been to lots of HYROX events, but I walked in and I was just like almost speechless, like taken aback how big it was, like ridiculous walking in there on Thursday. The venue was wild, but like you say, there were positives, there were negatives. The fact that it was so busy, at some points the course was like from inside fast lane to outside lane, just like rammed as far as the eye could see. Like this, I don't know how people raced in that busyness.
So in my race,
Because you were Thursday. I think Thursday was probably the least busy day.
It was the least busy in terms of spectators, but my wave, we went off in the first wave, Soulflex.
Were there 75 pairs?
80. So that's 160 people in this tunnel.
In a wave.
In one wave.
Yeah, that's mind-blowing.
So it was mental.
And basically everyone I knew was in that heat.
Yeah, so I think we've discussed this loads of times before about my technique of like waiting at the back of the tunnel and then going.
That wasn't space in the tunnel.
I've since binned that off. But we got there and I looked at the sea of 160 people and I was like, I don't want to be in the middle of that.
No.
Like there will be people that went into the wave early that are much slower than the rest of them. There will also be a lot of people behind us that will go off way too hot. I knew we weren't going to be slow. So I was like, we just don't want to get fucked up by people that were ahead of us that are too slow and people that are behind us that are going to go too fast. So I said to my doubles partner, Emily, I was like, let's just wait.
Yeah.
So we waited, and again, we had the nice thing of just like ticking people off as we went past them. But no, it was in terms of racing it as well. The course makes a lot of sense in terms of station 1, station 2, all being in order.
Yeah, that was great.
That was really good. So I'm here for. I would love that to be the new norm.
Yeah,
and I hope that the XL is the same again next year. I hope that they move away from Olympia, which is just always notoriously the most random course.
Yeah. I'd be interested to know, because like for me, that was the limit for how many people they could have racing. If they started squeezing more and more people in, unless they build heats earlier or build heats later, there's no way they can cram more people in. And I'm sure you'll talk about it as well, like people stopping for the wall balls and having to queue. Like there's a problem there with overcrowding and not enough equipment. So I don't know how they grow it. And it's like in a couple of years' time, does London HYROX XL, do they have 2 sides?
I was actually going to say
A course and B course. And like then you can have 80,000 people running, and then you start to see the scalability. But it's wild. So I'm going to ask you a question. How many were there more people racing London HYROX just gone, or were there more people racing the London Marathon in April? Because when I found out the numbers, I was slightly shocked.
I reckon there were probably more people running the London Marathon, but only just
correct. Yeah,
like within like 4,000 or 5,000 difference.
Yeah, so that was a really good guess. So I think London Marathon, I don't know the numbers accurately enough to really quote them, but it was like 50-odd thousand.
Yeah.
So it's like only 10,000 more people.
Yeah.
Which is just like bonkers to think, like how popular running is, how popular marathon running is, how popular the London Marathon is.
I didn't really thought about that. Yeah.
And then
pretty wild.
There's London HYROX where there's 40,000 people.
Yeah.
Which is just like, and then we were trying to do some like really crude maths as well on like how much money they're making. How many spectators there were as well.
I don't know
buying individual tickets for individual days.
I brought this up before, but like I imagine the venue hire is absurd, especially to take up a whole half of the XL. But
it's relative to how much they're making.
Every single ticket is, if we said on average, because relays are slightly cheaper, but if we said every single ticket, if you don't buy the flex option and everything like that, let's call it 120 quid.
Sure.
So they make 120 quid off every person in ticket sales. Then they don't pay any of the judges anything because they just get a free ticket. So you've got basically most of your staff working for free.
Sure.
I know that some staff are more expensive than others in terms of the announcers, media crew, everything like that.
But it's like
drop in the sea.
Yeah.
I would reckon that they're probably making on a weekend like that
a couple million.
Minimum.
Yeah.
I think I worked it out
when in spectator tickets.
I think I worked it out in Glasgow this year, because Glasgow was a 5-day event, which previously was the biggest at 20,000 people. And I'd worked out that they easily made 2 million without any of the sponsors doing like paying anything.
Yeah.
And like the sponsors will pay.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
or the sponsors are covering something.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
The sponsors alone may well be covering the venue hire.
Yeah.
And then all you're paying for is a few members of staff to turn up and decide. It's crazy. But on what you said about the amount of equipment, generally they did a really good job.
Yeah.
We know from planning our sim, which we'll come back to, the contingency, and you don't get stacking early on. Like that's controlled. It goes to shit later on in the race because people, like their races fall apart, and then you get the fast people that catch up with those. You basically need double the amount of wall ball spaces as you need ski ergs.
Yeah.
Because you need to prepare for the fact you're going to have double coming
up at the ski erg, right? Yeah, like you say.
And I think that's one of the issues though, is having that amount of infrastructure and preparing that amount of judges is nonsensical, because for 90% of the time, that's not going to be a problem. No. It's just the 10% of the time that it is. And I think one of the things that's really difficult, and I discussed this with my doubles partner, was with the solution that they currently have, which is they put you in a pen. And a lot of people get concerned because they're like, well, my time's going to be massive. The pen is set up like it's another station. So you cross a mat on the floor and your chip stops. And then when you get told where to run, your chip starts again.
Yeah.
So like they do cover that and that time comes off. However, that's unfair because what I would have done and what I told my partner was, if we're in that for whatever reason, we're letting everyone go ahead of us.
Get as much rest as possible.
As much rest as possible. We'll come out, we'll smash 100 wall balls. I'll get my Red Bull patch and we'll go. That shouldn't be a thing.
For me, I'm like, I get what you're saying, and I saw lots of people posting about it. I get the idea that you can it's unfair because you're getting some rest, and as a result, you can probably push harder on the wall balls. But for me, I'm just like, it's less about that, and it's ruined my actual authentic time because it's not HYROX then, because it's HYROX plus an interval at the end because you've got some added rest. So I fully understand why people are upset about that, and there should have been. I think the way they handled it was good. They had that plan just in case, but that should never have happened in the first place, and never have happened to the extent it happened.
Yeah.
And they should have learned. I know for Berlin it was because of the weather, but they should have had a contingency because of the weather anyway. And I think over the course of the next couple of days in Berlin, they covered the wall ball stations to make sure that wasn't a problem. Like that was caused by weather. They didn't have weather issues inside in the XL, so it's like you're planning for 40,000 athletes. How have you not thought of this? And it's like,
interesting point here. I basically came up with this idea on the spot.
okay,
In an Ironman,
yeah,
you have cutoff times.
yeah,
Do
interesting.
you consider having cutoff times? So like you need to have done the burpees within an hour. And if not, unfortunately, like you're unable to carry on.
Yeah,
You get pulled off the course. I think that's a bit savage for an event that is supposedly open to all the public.
Yeah.
The only thing is, if we were talking about here, it's this huge, massive what if scenario. If you had both sides of the XL and you had like one is open and one is pro as different sides, and then you have a cutoff for the pro, because maybe like having a cutoff for the pro makes sense.
yeah,
And then for the open, there's no
nothing,
cutoff,
yeah.
and it's just lighter weight and whatever. Maybe that's the way to.
I think it is moving in the right direction. I think making the switch towards you can only qualify for world champs off the back of racing pro, like that was originally a stupid idea that you could qualify without racing pro and then go to world champs and have to race pro. So I like and I like that maybe the pro division starts to become a little bit more like the elite level. And open is, like you said, a bit more accessible. But like, I don't want to sit here and question the event organization, because the HYROX always do 99% of the time a really amazing job. And the scale that they're dealing with and the growth that they've dealt with over the last couple of years, like you can't knock that they're doing their best. And
for sure.
they're probably clutching at straws to kind of get everything together with the scale of their operation. And the guys who are running it, like they're super smart. They all have experience in hosting marathons or doing Ironman events, that kind of thing. So like they obviously know what they're doing, and it's still in its infancy and it's still teething. So like the fact that we got to go and see the event in London is kind of cool. I've got FOMO that I didn't actually race, but I think next year it'll be the next biggest one. Like I don't know why the UK races are so competitive and so popular.
I don't know over other nations why that's the case.
But like all of like Birmingham's always super competitive.
true.
Manchester's super competitive. Glasgow's competitive, one of the biggest events as well. Like all over the UK, they're hosting like the biggest events.
Yeah, no, it's very true. As a quick run through of our race, first main takeaway, we spoke about it on the last episode. I didn't get rhabdo, so pretty gassed about
Congratulations.
that. Thank you. And I went sub-hour.
Yeah.
Which was completely undeserved. We spoke about the whole like race prep thing. I think there is an element of me just not thinking I'm as fit as I probably am.
Yeah.
And I've been, there's a
comparison somewhere.
Yeah, there's the classic thing of like consistency beats anything else.
Yeah.
And I think there's an element of race experience is a massive helper in this. I don't think with the level of fitness I currently have, if we look at a year ago, I'd have been able to do that. But I've raced like 10 times since then, so I know where to push. I know when to not push.
That's like invaluable experience.
And then on top of the fact that I don't necessarily feel like I've been doing crazy training, I haven't really missed much training. Like even when I've had to adjust training, I've still trained.
Yeah.
And I think I've probably been far more true to that than I was maybe last year, where I was doing all the hard sessions but not necessarily doing the bits in between that were needed. I've been doing like the really honest work, and that clearly pays off.
Yeah.
But in terms of like our race strategy, I said like we started at the back, and then we basically could just you could run the run time you wanted because you knew how far you had to run, which was really helpful as well. And pacing wise, just stayed below that like red line. the whole time. And then on the stations, I know, having filmed Emily race quite a lot, I know where her strengths are. Like, so I know when I can push her and when probably not. So very early on, the ski erg strategy was fine, all good. Sled push. We'd agreed to basically do 50-50. I'd do slightly more of each length, but yeah. And my thinking was she's more conditioned for the compromise running, so she'll finish it. We did the first 3. She was like, I'm not doing the last length. And I was like, yeah, cool.
That's on me.
So we survived that. And then coming in to the sled pull, she was like, oh, I feel bad for doing that to you. Don't worry about doing the first length of sled pull on your own, which was the plan. And I was like, nah, this is my thing. Like, I like this one. I'm doing it. So we did that, did the first one on my own, and then we split the rest. Burpees, this is where she comes in handy.
Please carry me.
So I was like, you do 10 for every 5 that I do. And I think she was like, I think I've done 13. And I was like, okay, cool. I think I only did like 3 sets of 5 the whole time, maybe 4 sets of 5.
Easy.
But I actually don't know who it was. Someone was watching and was like, Angus, you don't look bad doing burpees when you only do 5. And I was like, sick.
That's
what I needed. Yeah,
this is my thing now.
I'm never doing more than 5. And then after that, what else happened?
That's such a backhand compliment.
Yeah, I know. But I was actually really happy.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I look good.
Wow, surprising.
Yeah. Row, we chilled, like really, really chilled. Was happy about that. Emily slightly mugged me off by getting off the rower well before she was supposed to be done. But whatever, it is what it is. I, however, had my first time having a gel and it not sitting right.
Yeah.
And I felt violently ill. Coming off the rowing machine.
And there's not much you can do about that.
Like, there's nothing.
There's nothing.
And the thing is, you're racing. So it's like, you have to keep running fast.
Yeah.
But halfway around the next run, it eventually started to clear. And I got the second win that I needed. Farmer's carry, it didn't go to like the original plan, but no difference in the time sort of expected. Lunges is probably Emily's best thing, which is great because it's definitely one of my worst things. So she started to finish that. But this was something, and if you are a client of mine, you got the same benefit from what I figured out while we were racing, which is on the lunges with the course, the lunge bag was back against the grain of the rock zone, and the rocks out of the lunges was like 5 meters the other way. So I gave Emily the bag with about 5 meters left of lunges, and then I immediately just started walking to the rock zone out, which meant she had to run the other way after finishing them and then catch me back up. But because I had walked, I'm obviously not going to cross the out of the rocks out, because then we get a penalty if it was too far between. But I got about 20 to 25 seconds walking rest, while she was fine because I'd done the bulk of the lunges towards the end. I was feeling great. So we absolutely sent the last run. And then the wall balls, I said to her, like, I'm coming in and I will only be able to do 10 or 15 is how hard I want to run. Did 15, and then we basically just chipped away at it until we were done. And
wall balls is always fine in a doubles, isn't it? Because it's just like,
I think if you're going for a time with any doubles, when you are coming into the wall balls, you know if you've got your time or not. Yeah. Because like it's only going to be 30-second difference max from whatever you think. But we genuinely didn't know. Like, we'd have loved to have gone sub hour, but neither of us actually said it before the race, because we weren't that bothered. But when we came off the lunges, we ran out of the rocks, and I said to Emily, like, what time are we on? Like, I didn't know. I'd ruined my watch. And she was like, I think we're on 51. And I was like, oh shit.
Here we go.
Like, it's not even like, oh, it's on. It's like, it's kind of on. We're gonna have to go.
It's the one where you don't want to hear that. It's like it's either really on or it's really off.
We didn't speak until we crossed the line. And all I heard for that last run was behind me, and I got about halfway around that run, and I was like, I have gone off this run too hot. And then I fortunately managed to hold it together. But so we did it. It was really good. It was probably the most calm I felt in a race, and the most like relaxed and enjoyable.
It speaks volumes, honestly. Like, when I raced in Birmingham, I was just chilling and I had such a good time and run the best time I've ever run. But what I wanted to say was also, like, you had a plan, plan A, and then you also then had to adapt and be fluid and have like a plan B, because shit will naturally happen. And like, that's the best thing in doubles. When I was in Birmingham on the sandbag lunges, I started going, and my partner behind me, Sauce, all I could hear was like, yeah, go on, you're doing great. And I'm lunging. I'm like, well, I'm still lunging. I'm like, reckon she's going to take the bag? And all I'm hearing is, you're doing so good. I'm like, that doesn't sound like the kind of person who's going to take the bag off me. So I'm like, I'm someone take the bag. It's really funny. Like you say, when Emily jumped off the rower, you're like, bro, what the fuck? I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Or like I was rowing as well in Birmingham. I'm like, I'm kind of tired. I'm just gonna get off. So what are you gonna do about it?
But genuinely, like if you're a person that somehow listens to this podcast without having done a HYROX before, I thoroughly recommend doing a doubles first, because it is quite a lot of fun. You don't necessarily have to put the pressure of getting a certain time on or whatever, but also like you can have a massive disparity in fitness and still do quite well. I mean, there was a few doubles that I filmed this weekend where it was one of them's first time and one of them done like 10, and they still, for a first time, their friends will be looking at them like, how did they get that time? And like, they got carried, but they still did their bit and they still had a good time doing it.
You still had to do all the running.
Exactly. That's the big thing. So yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. I kind of got FOMO. I really wish I could race again while I was there, but it has definitely given a sprinkling of the bug back to get out there, which I really need. I really need.
Off the back of that, I'm just so motivated now to go and race again and get some faster times.
I'm very, very motivated to find places that people don't know about, because the times are absurd. And this is something you actually wanted to mention. The top 15
pro doubles men, top 15 times were all sub 53 minutes.
Like London specifically as well.
That's just a joke, like an actual joke. Like the top time sub 50. Like that's not uncommon now.
No,
for pro doubles men's. In my heat in Birmingham, Jake and Charlie ran sub 50, and I'm just like, it's just mental that's the new norm. Whereas you look at the back of last season, still running sub hour, people were like, yeah, that's really respectable, and like getting under 58 and closer to down like 56, you're going, these are really fast times. But now, if you're not running sub 56, 55 for pro men's doubles, people are like, yeah, there's no room for you in the chat. So it's like the level of performance in these events has like really skyrocketed recently, and I think that's just testament to the fact that more people are doing the sport and more people are getting into it from a better performance background.
For sure.
So it's like, was it Luke Greer? Is that his name?
Luke Greer won the men's pro, which and I'm going to be completely honest,
British record.
I'd not heard of him before.
No.
But he came in, beat a lot of relatively well-known names that were there, aren't in the Elite 15, so they're not in Australia, because the next major race is
this weekend
coming. So it's, you still get new names pop up and you still get new speeds, but interestingly,
continue to happen.
Luke Greer this is some insider knowledge, for the big race in Birmingham where it was Jake Williamson, Jake Did and Charlie Bottrell all in that heat. Luke Greer was in that heat, and for those people that were there, they'll know about this, but for those that won't, those three well-known names in the sport went out hot, like fast. And I was watching them go around with a smile on my face. I was like, this is going to be sick. I'm filming Charlie. So I'm by ski erg number 1, waiting for him, because I know he's at the front of those three. This skinny runner dude just runs down. Charlie's not in sight.
And that's the classic, like everyone's looking at each other like, he's gone too fast. It's his first time.
Goes into sled push, comes out of sled push first, goes into sled pull. Now he starts to get caught up. But I was talking to him after the race with Charlie, and he was like, I knew you guys were going to get me on those stations. And I just had to but even by the burpees, he pulled it back because his running was so good. And I can't remember what time he managed to get in Birmingham, but it really wasn't far off. But the limelight was so heavily on Jake Did and Charlie, because they were so close at the end. Everyone kind of forgot about him. But those guys
and other well-known names like Sean Noble ran really well in Birmingham.
All those names are off in Sydney now. So he got to come in and just run his race on a one-lap course, which is great for running. And there he goes and sets a British record. And also,
really incredible.
He set a British record. I don't know if you saw his finish. He got done by the 100th wall ball.
Did he?
So he threw it up, ran, had to come back, do it again. So like
he's got more in
5 or 6 seconds. But
which is awesome.
54:38, I think his time was. So another name to watch. But there's also talk about how the Elite 15 qualification is going to start having to change, because the numbers are so tight.
It needs to change.
And like finding fast and slow courses, there needs to be specific ones you can and can't race at, or heats to get into an Elite 15.
Right. It's a bit elusive. It's a bit like the way I try and describe it to people who know It's like, you know how you make the playoffs in college football?
Yeah.
It's just like there's a group of people who just
people decide. Yeah.
based off like what they think and like who they like.
Definitely no extortion going on in there.
So it's like, I don't think there's that much extortion in HYROX, if any, but who knows? You know, I don't want to assume. But it does feel a little bit like that. It's a bit like subjective, where it just needs to be objective. And it's like, this is how you qualify for Elite 15. And I'm sure the sport will advance and grow into a more kind of structured qualification system. But it's nice now to know that like anyone could run consistently fast times and become an elite pro level HYROXer. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's cool. But yeah, it's cool to see the sport advance for sure.
Well, talking of ways to get better and get to that level, we have a little bit of an announcement in that the next sim, we've got the dates booked. We've got a plan to be doing 3 in the first 3 months of next year, but the one that you need to circle in your calendar right now is January the 4th. So if you are racing Manchester, which is 2 or 3 weeks just after that, towards the back end of January.
It's 21st to the 25th.
Pretty good opportunity to get a run in, see what's going well, see what's not going well, tune it up, especially if you've had a nice rest over Christmas. You want to kind of hit the ground running.
I think also if like off the back of London, you're chomping at the bit to do more, or maybe you weren't satisfied with your performance in London, it's so accurate to an actual race. That it's such a good opportunity to do that, and we'll be posting a lot about this. Like, we're very smug about it.
Oh, I was gonna. So this had to come up because like we've said before about the accuracy, and we mentioned one particular race result from Birmingham versus the sim time, and there was like 4 or 5 seconds between the two. This is not a standalone thing.
No. I mean, I can probably list off 4 or 5 people who came to the sim. When did we do that? November? End of November?
Yeah.
Who came to the sim in November and then ran in London and were finished in London within about a minute of their sim time. And that's just like, there's no other sims that are doing that.
No.
There's no other sim that does all of the stations, all of the run length. And and factors in rock zone as well. So like we're pretty happy with how it's gone, and like pretty smug with the way that it's been created. But we spent a lot of time actually making sure that it was the best, because we don't want to sit here and go, oh yeah, obviously it's the most accurate, because that's what everyone's going to say about the sims. This is literally the best sim you can do.
I think marketing is massive these days, but like this isn't even marketing.
No,
that's what I love about it. It's like we're not saying stuff for the sake of saying it. We're saying it just because we want you guys to know.
And like
it's a no-brainer.
You can go and do a sim, and the sim actually isn't a simulation, because it's not the same thing. How can you have a simulation which isn't the same thing, where you're doing C2 bike or you're doing something different over here and the runs aren't the same, and you get a time and it's like, oh, well done, you did it in 41 minutes. If you went to HYROX and did 41 minutes, you're the fastest person ever and probably will ever be. So it's like, we need something that's a little bit more accurate.
And another thing that we've mentioned here is in the previous episode, with some of the risks of people getting injured or not being physically prepared enough for these events. You can go and do 3 of those sims and you do 41 minutes of intense exercise and you get there. And in actual fact,
you have to
your time ends up being
longer
an hour and 15. But like, that's nearly double.
But
your body's not ready for that. You're not ready for that mentally. So you need to be doing proper length simulations. And one of the things that I said to you, I worked out the difference. This is super nerdy. You guys are used to this at this point, but I worked out the difference between people's sim times that we were seeing with us and their real race times. The tolerance is 0.01%. Now, for reference, that's not just a very small number, but coming from an aerospace background, that is a more safe tolerance than most of the aircrafts you take on holiday. So we're pretty confident with it. I'm pretty happy about it.
If you're confident to go on holiday in an airplane, then...
Exactly. Anyway, we need to move on.
Wait, before we do, just a moment for Angus spending 4 full days in the XL over this weekend.
Oh, my word. Okay, this is actually... Thank you. Perfect segue.
Cool.
Grind my gears. Spending that much time in a convention centre in itself grinds my gears. However, the next London HYROX is 9 days.
Oh my God.
9 days. So what I did...
Angus is going to be making money.
With an extra day. I think Angus is going to be spending money on therapy. I think that's what's going to be going on. But the first grind my gears is because they have changed it this season with your race band doesn't get you entry anymore into the rest of the event. I had to wear. Well, I didn't have to keep them all on, but I did 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 bands for the 4 days that I was in there. So I'm gonna look like a pimp in London in March, whenever it is, when I've got 9 days straight of this going on. But yeah, it grinds my gears, and it grinds my gears that it's gonna ick people out because
keeping your HYROX wristband on. You've said it before.
No, that's got to be a thing.
Oh, for the
9 days.
Yeah, that's okay. But anytime after the event's done, if you're still wearing it like the week after, being like, "Hey guys, I raced HYROX."
Oh yeah, no,
come on, mate.
Yeah, maybe when it first started, but not now.
Not now.
But yeah, I'm gonna have like a sleeve of them on that.
I've never seen the blue one. We like the blue one.
The blue one, actually, the first time I ever saw the blue one was Elite 15 spectating.
All right.
And I got that in Glasgow earlier this year.
Flex.
So if anyone is in the business of borrowing bands for whatever reason,
we do not
advocate that. But our DMs are open if you want to know who is. Anyway,
terrible.
We've got some write-ins from you guys this week. We love having you guys write in. If you weren't aware that you could do that, you can always do it. You don't necessarily need to wait for a story. So hit us up at MindSets_podcast. Or if you want to be really, really formal, you can email us as well. No one's done that yet. But if you do that, that's really cool.
You check the MindSets email.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I have push notifications on. Most of the time, it's put to spam.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, we've got a few that have come in. We'll stay on the HYROX theme for now and we'll move away from it. The first one that I've got is that, you know how cheerleaders always go to world champs, and we've said like a lot of people go to world champs in HYROX.
Yeah.
Well, also in the same way that every cheerleader seems to win at world champs, there are constant world records in HYROX. Every weekend there's world records.
Yeah.
There were multiple world records this weekend again in London.
I think it's just like that's natural with any new sport, but it's because you can get world records across age groups.
Yeah,
and it's like the same thing when we spoke about this before. I want to just stay clear of the cheerleading thing. You guys know who you are. I'll stay clear of that, but it's like the NBA. When you're the world champion, but you only play American teams.
Yes.
You know, so it's the same kind of, but I like that you can get a world record and there's something to aspire towards, but there's just age group world records. And then there's certain categories. So you've got pro doubles, you've got mixed doubles, you've got all different types of world records that you can get, which over time you'll see less and less of them because
for sure.
The sport will grow and everyone will get super fast. And then I'm sure, when they first invented the 100 meters every other week, there was a world record because everyone was getting to know about it. It's like, well, I'm fast, I'll try it. So yeah, I can understand why it's a bit frustrating, but it is what it is.
I mean, and on that, the one that specifically set this person off was another relay world record.
Oh, someone sent this in.
Oh. So the one that set them off was that the men's relay world record got broken, which is also a mental time, 45 minutes.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Which is crazy. But I think second place would have also broken the original world record had they
in the same race. Yeah,
in the same race.
Yeah.
So it's like both teams could say we broke the world record, and then it's like actually, yeah. So a bit of a mess. Then another one about HYROX being on weekdays.
Yeah, having to take annual leave for your HYROX race.
Literally.
That's why you race pro and then it's in the evening and then you don't have to take a day off work.
That's so true. That also ground a lot of women's gears this week. I had people come up to me and say this because the women, for the first time ever, had a very late race on the Friday. Some of the waves were being set off at 9 p.m, which is way too late.
Yeah, that's too late.
And that again just points towards like
there's too many people
will buy the tickets. So we'll give them.
Yeah, it's crazy. I've got a HYROX specific one as well. This is something that I had never seen before.
Okay.
Doing your makeup in the finisher pen before you do your official photo.
Oh wow.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Okay. I'm not saying hey, there's nothing wrong with makeup and looking your best, but I think that's
like to the point where you've planned to give your makeup bag to a spectator who's then going to meet you at the finisher pen to give you the makeup bag for you to then sit on the floor whilst everyone else is finishing and grabbing little bits of banana and drinking their water, and you're sat on the floor, little mirror. brush. I don't know how it works, but doing your makeup, that is mental.
I'm going to protect myself here because I don't want to say that makeup's bad and that women can't look their best.
I'm not saying that at all.
It sounds like it. What I'm going to say instead is that's an ick.
So that's
an ick.
Right. Okay. We'll go down that.
Yeah.
But I feel like my grind my gears are slowly just becoming icks.
Okay, fair
I think
enough.
it's the same thing.
My final HYROX specific one, this one's from me, is kind of a bit nerdy as well. The Q engineering. So for those people that don't know, Q engineering is a legit thing. There's a whole industry about it for events because like you really have to be able to control what people do and manage it, but you really have to understand the psychology of people. And we've spoken about it before with people bringing things like prams in and stuff like that. But one of the really cool things is
that's really annoying at this venue.
Yeah, one of the things that I always used to complain about, and a lot of venues, they still have it, is the sort of halfway system where you cross halfway of the run course and then there's people managing that and it's just a shit show. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
They've now gone down the bridge route. When they started bringing bridges in, the bridges would fall apart. And then you'd have like 10 people on the bridge at a time and it would take forever to get over the bridge and they hadn't accounted for that. And they'd only have one bridge and it's just a mess. Annoyingly, while the bridges are now stable enough to take or whatever, and they don't need people letting you up and down, there is still only one.
Yeah.
Which is a bit of a problem. And I think one of the big things that was pissing people off this week, the toilets, there should be an athlete specific entry.
I had this whole thing mapped out. Yeah.
So
from warm-up area to
if there isn't a toilet available to the warm-up area, there should be an athlete private specific toilet area.
Do you know what the best venue I've ever been to was? Birmingham. Birmingham was by far the best. There was access to toilets from the warm-up area.
Although the stairs were falling apart there. Malaga's pretty good,
is it,
for having toilets specifically only in the warm-up area?
That's great.
That are just called off like athletes.
I mean, they probably stink, but could you not have like portaloos in the warm-up area?
Yeah,
you could have something.
The main point about the Q engineering though is that there is some thought process that goes in before an event, and if you're there on a weekday, it's quieter with the spectators, and you're like, they've really thought this through. Thank you. This is great. Like, there's so much space. Then Friday, Saturday, Sunday come along, or Friday evening, Saturday and Sunday come along, and it's mental. And the problem is they have sometimes made adjustments that use a relative degree of logic. However, the people they have designed it for do not have the same logic. And so you have people joining the well-designed queuing area to cross the bridge to film the friends start and leaning over the fence. And now you've got a queue to go up the stairs, and most of the queue then actually, once the person starts, is going to run all the way down to the other side of the bridge. They're going the opposite way. It's just mental. If you're a person, use some logic.
That was so specific to this venue though. I saw that happening a lot.
But like, it's that sort of thing where an adjustment gets made and the full thought process isn't there because you assume that no one's going to be that dumb. And people are always that dumb.
It's such like a culture shock where you've come on maybe like Thursday, and then you arrive on Saturday and you're like, this is a completely different event and I don't like it.
If you're overstimulated on a weekday, do not go at weekends.
I'll go. Have you got more HYROX ones?
No, I'm done with HYROX now.
I had something, but then I forgot about it. But there's the one I've been waiting to say, and I can't believe I'm going to put this on the internet. I grind my gear.
Okay.
So rewind all the way back to when we did the gimmick episode, when we went to town on nose strips. I slept in a nose strip about a week ago, and it was honestly the best sleep I've ever had.
It is. So, first of all, it doesn't help your performance. There's science behind that. Whatever. However, I will agree. Sometimes you put one on, and you can smell in 4D.
No, I was smelling colours, man.
It was crazy.
Honestly, I put it on instantly. I was like, oh wow.
I have one on my bed. If I'm like congested or something like that, I put one of those on and I'm like can you hear that? When you put a nose strip on, you can't hear yourself breathe. It's just silent.
I haven't done it since, despite having such a good night's sleep, because I gave myself the ick and I was like, I cannot do this.
You don't get addicted to it either. Because like, what if you get used to wide nostrils? Because when you take it off, how saggy do your nostrils feel? That's the problem. It just suddenly feels like you can't breathe.
So,
that's the problem.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
The last one that I've got was also sent in, but is actually a topic for us because we were with this person. Christmas time specifically, but calories on the menu. So backstory for this.
I think we wound a few people up with that.
We did.
Because I don't care, but...
No, like generally I don't care because, and we've spoken about this,
It was funny though.
We probably train enough to like get it off. But we were out for dinner and we saw on the menu that there was a creme brulee, but it wasn't a creme brulee.
It was like a tiramisu creme brulee or something.
Oh yeah. So
Was
it was
it?
like
Yeah.
it was like a hybrid of the two with a bit of shortbread on the side, and it came to 1,476 calories. We didn't want it anyway.
There was no way it was.
But there's no way it can be that many. Like this feels like a made up number, but at Christmas time with all the roast dinners and everything, the calories on menus are crazy. And I'm so torn. Should they be there? Because I think they should be to give people informed decisions, and the impact it had on me immediately changed what I wanted to eat.
Yeah.
And I still can't decide if that's good or bad because it's supposedly unhealthy to be controlling what you eat by a number. But at the same time, I'm like, actually, while I would enjoy it more if I didn't know, I'm going to enjoy what I'm having more that I have chosen because I know I'm not fucking myself.
And it's the thing, it's such a hard one, and I don't want to deep it, but if I had been training at the time, because I'm not really training at the moment, I wouldn't have even given it a second thought. But seeing the numbers on that menu specifically, those numbers were made up.
There has to have been some made up numbers.
There's no way that roast was that many calories.
Well, your roast was like 1,000 calories more than mine, and there wasn't much difference between the two.
So whatever, but it was like, it definitely made me think, like, that's like eating a Domino's pizza.
And from the perspective of like the chef who puts the menu together, and then someone goes, by the way, mate, that one dish is 2,200 calories. That's more than, a woman's recommended daily consumption. You happy with that? Well, probably not, because like that person's probably not going to eat only that all day.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to find a way to reduce portion size or reduce calories. Otherwise, people just aren't going to get it.
Yeah. And like the site, so long story short, I ordered.
Yeah.
We were so upset with how many calories were in this, what was probably going to be a tiny dessert. Like everyone was asked, this poor waiter had no idea what was going on. So I was like, I'll take one for the team. I'm going to order it just so we can see it. Because we asked the waiter, we don't want it, but can you get us a photo?
Well, we asked him how big it was, and he was like, I don't know. And we were like, can we get a photo? And he was like, I'll go investigate. But then...
So then I was like, okay, right. So the only way around this, we'll order one.
Yeah.
He comes back about 5 minutes later saying, sorry, guys, there's no more creme brulee. So for sure, he's gone back to the kitchen and there's been load of creme brulees.
Yeah.
But he's gone, these guys are a bit weird. They're asking for the numbers. And And the chef's just panicked and gone, there's no way it's that much.
Yeah. He's looked at it and gone,
look, it's been this big. And he's like, there's no way there's 50.
Yeah, he's like, fuck this. There's no, fuck this. I can't, it's easier for me to say there's not one.
So he came back and said, there's no creme brulee, so we'll never know. Maybe I'll go back.
Yeah, we should go back. Let's do it. And that's all we'll order.
Just one.
Because that's pretty much our calorie consumption for the day.
We'll have to share it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that brings us to the end of Grind My Gears. And now normally we fill this bit with eating something.
Yeah.
Guys, the next episode is quite a big episode.
We couldn't eat anything because of the amount of calories we had on the weekend.
Yeah, we've had far too many. We are doing a Christmas/New Year's special next time, which means we want input, but we're also going to be eating Christmassy things, trying your favorite. So if you've got something specific in whether it's a meal deal or like a go-to snack that you have at Christmas, maybe around your training, whatever, let us know. We do want to try them. We want to have a plethora of things. There's going to be multiple games in the next episode. There's going to be very specific Christmas topics, not so much HYROX or specific fitness, but we will be talking about those. Obviously, it's the premise of the podcast, but we want to know what grinds your gears at Christmas and New Year's. I know I've got far too many already.
It's actually ridiculous. I remember recording the New Year's resolutions at the beginning of this year. Yeah. And just like, it seems like yesterday.
Yeah.
Terrible.
So make sure you write in so we don't repeat ourselves from that episode. But we have got a new game today, and I am so gassed about this because I have invented what is possibly the next $1 billion game.
He even messaged me last night being like, all he said was, this game's amazing.
Okay, so what I'm hoping is while you guys are not playing is that you can enjoy the tense parts of this game. So have you ever heard of Dungeons and Dragons? I've heard of it. It's kind of nerdy, kind of weird, but I don't fully know how to play it.
Right.
But I understand the premise. It's using dice, using chance to navigate a story.
Yeah.
However, welcome to Hybrids and Rockstars. This is a game based off Dungeons and Dragons using dice where you and I and whoever else wants to play is racing at HYROX. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through each run and each station one at a time. We're going to roll 1 dice each. The first dice warrants...
If that's the rules, we're screwed.
Oh, no. It's so easy. I've written out. It's so much time has gone into this. It's stupid. The first die is going to give you your time for said run or said station. Mm-hmm. So that corresponds to a number of minutes.
Sure.
The second die that you roll is an impact on that. So this is where the chance comes in. So for example, on your run impact, if you roll a 1, unfortunately you missed the rocks in and ran an extra lap, double your run time. However, if you were to roll a 6, hybrid rockstar mode activated, half your runtime.
Okay.
Right. That is an example, and there's bits in between for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 on runs, and then there's some grouping on the stations.
So in terms of the scalability of this game, when we do sell it to the public,
yes. Oh, by the way, this is patent pending.
Would you change the scenario? It's never going to be the same thing. It just depends on who's. You have like a hybrid Rockstars leader for each game.
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
which is you. Yeah. You're the master.
Yeah. You have an MC.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So that's basically how. Now, there's a few things that we need to do. First of all, we're both going to roll both die. So you can roll first. What we're doing here is we're deciding who's got the better warm up.
I'm rolling them both at the same time.
Yep. Now, whoever rolls the highest warm up score. So Charles just rolled 2 4s. That's 8. I rolled the maximum score, 12. We are rocking. So the higher warm-up score means that I win a wild card. The wild card is very simple. It's just that I can, at any point in the game, one time ask you to re-roll.
Oh, cool.
Okay?
Nice. I'll remember that.
Only 1 die.
Okay.
Okay.
But when we roll now, it's going to be 1 at a time. So it's going to be run time and then
your impact score. Okay? And I'm going to make a note of what each of us score as we go along to find our final HYROX times.
Right.
Okay. So you're
following along at home, right?
Yeah. So
hybrids and Rockstars.
Hybrids and Rockstars. Okay. You can roll the first die first. So your first run, 6 minutes. It's a long first run. We'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Okay. Now you can roll your second die.
I mean, at least it's accurate to real life.
1.
Ooh.
Oh dear.
Oh, okay.
You missed the rocks in and ran an extra lap, double your run time. Conveniently, that's what happened a year ago to you.
Almost to the day.
Almost to the day.
That's so ironic.
Okay, that is not the strongest start. You're not going to be setting a world record like that. At least you're only grinding any games.
It's so funny that hasn't been engineered.
Right, so. My first one was a 1.
No,
okay, do you want me to re-roll? I rolled both by accident, sorry. Okay, roll the first one again. My runtime is 3 minutes, solid. And my impact, 2. Not great. You clearly went out too hot. Your legs aren't feeling very fresh anymore. Add 2 minutes to the runtime. Okay, so I'm on 5. Okay, you can roll for your ski erg now.
God, this is a long game.
That's why we didn't do a filler between the years and this. So a 4. Okay, so 4.
Impact score.
Oh.
It's a 2.
It's a 2. So you stopped skiing early, but the ski only went to 999 meters when you ran off. Add a minute. So 3 minutes is... Wait, what? Did you roll 2?
4 and a 2.
2 was the second one.
Yeah.
So it's only 3 minutes on the ski erg.
How are you working that out?
It's pretty good. What? Well, you got 2 minutes on the ski erg as your time.
Oh, that's the impact is minutes.
Oh, sorry.
Surely that's my minutes. It's 4.
Your minutes is 4. Your impact was 2. You add a minute.
So I'm 5.
So you're 5. Sorry. Yeah. Thank you.
Don't gaslight me.
Thank you for being on top of this. Okay. So my first roll, 6. That's not great for the ski erg. 6 minutes. Okay. 1, much worse.
Not good.
Damper 10, butterfly technique, jumping up and down, add 2 minutes. So I've just done an 8 minute ski
that's tough for the program.
Okay, that's really tough.
That's good. Okay, so first dice is always your time.
Is always your time.
Fine.
So
So this is my run 2.
run 2.
3 minutes. That's solid.
Okay, and your impact score?
5. This looks good for me.
Okay, your someone's been training compromise running. Take a minute off your time.
Is it? So 2 minutes for my first run.
Yeah, wow.
That makes up for my... This sounds a lot like Stockholm.
Yeah, it does. It does. Right, so first one for me, 5, not great. 2,
This
also
game
not
is
great.
for sure catching on. I'm having a good time.
You clearly went out too hot, so I need to add 2 minutes. So that's a 7-minute run. Wow, we're actually quite close. You're on 23 minutes, I'm on 20, so I'm
After
still
your
winning.
great start as well.
Yeah, I know.
Okay,
So 2 minutes
sled push.
sled push, 2 minutes. That's pretty
good.
That's pretty
That
good.
is good.
Yep.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
1 impact score.
You've never done this exercise before today. Double your time.
4 minutes.
Could be worse.
I'll still take that.
Yeah,
you know.
4 minutes
I'll
is
still
fine.
take that. God, I'm going to play this so much.
Yeah.
You're so pleased
I'm
with
so
yourself.
pleased with myself. I've been enjoying it all morning. Okay, so 3 minutes for my sled push and the impact score, a 4. That's pretty good.
Imagine trying to play this at Christmas with your family. You've never
can.
done HYROX before.
You can. It's patent pending though, so don't steal it. So for a 4 on the sleds, average turf, average sled athlete, I can keep my time.
You'll take
So
it. 4 minutes.
3 minutes. No, 3
No,
minutes.
3 minutes. Sorry.
Okay. You're
So I'd
run 3. Run 3.
There we go. You good?
You've rolled a 6. Not ideal.
Give me impact 6.
Oh,
no.
right. Okay, yeah, you missed the rocks in again. So you can double your run time.
12 minutes.
So 39 minutes now. It's not going to be a world record.
You know
I
what?
don't think.
I really hope to God Nathan Bagby is watching this podcast. Shout out.
I've also just rolled a 6 for my run. And I've rolled a 5, however. So 5. I've been training my compromise running so I can take a minute off. Okay, so
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Still not great.
Still not great.
All right. So what are we doing? Sled pull now.
We're on sled pull.
Give me something good.
4 minutes.
I'll take it.
That's all right.
Are we racing pro? Because I'll take that.
Yeah.
2.
2.
Oh, lads.
2, bad sled lane and you keep falling over. You can add 2 minutes.
6 minutes. To be fair, if we're racing pro, I'm taking it.
Really?
Not for the falling over, but I'm taking 6 minutes.
Okay.
Whoa.
That's a 4
Yeah.
and a 2.
You also falling over.
I also am falling over.
We got the same time then.
I did actually fall over in London, by the way. That wasn't my fault, and I didn't step on the rope, for those wondering. The rope got caught on the sled, and when it undid, all the slack came back, and I fell over. It was really embarrassing.
I can't believe you admitted it as well.
I know. So that was a 6 minutes, so I'm on 34.
We're on run 4.
We're on run 4, coming up to the burpees now. Oh, a 1 minute run.
Okay.
Let's see what happens.
Oh.
2. So, yeah, you went out too hot. So it's a 3 minute run.
Yeah.
Still take that.
Yeah, I'm taking it.
Yeah. Right. A 3 minute run with
Oh, hybrid Rockstar activated.
hybrid ride. I can half my time. So that's a 1.5 minute run.
That's so convoluted.
Yeah. I really wish I hadn't done that because counting has just got so much harder.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what are our overall times now going into the burpees?
Going into the burpees, you're on 48 minutes. You're near our supposed cutoff. I'm on 35.5.
Oh, Jake and Charlie are finishing their wall balls.
Okay. So we're on to the burpees.
Fine. That's not
5.
great. That's not great.
Not great. Oh, however, he's just rolled a 6. So your mate's a judge and lets you cheat. You can half your time.
Perfect.
So 2.5. Right.
That's good. I'm taking that all day long.
I'd be so happy with 2.5. That's elite.
That is elite.
A 1 minute burpee time for me.
If this is a 6.
I can half my time again. That's a 30-second burpee. Cheers, mate, for watching me cheat. Okay. Unbelievable. I'm actually pretty proud of my time so far.
What are you on?
I'm on to run 5 on 36 minutes. That's okay.
It's all right. Yeah. Okay. So run 5.
Yeah.
1 minute run.
1 minute run.
Let's
Strong.
go. Let's go.
Ooh, a 1.
I've missed.
You've missed the number of laps again, so you need to double your runtime, which is still.
I'm taking a 2 minute run. I need a
minutes.
2 minute run.
Yeah,
at this
that
point.
was good. That was good. Yeah. Okay, first roll here.
You can't go wrong if you roll a 1 for the run.
No, you can't.
3's all right.
3 and a 6, so I can half it. 37.5, and we're into the row.
All right, row. Give me something. 3-minute row. Sounds about right.
That's
Yes.
6. Wow. Your hybrid Rockstar mode activated, so you half your time.
1.5 minute row.
1.5 minute row.
I needed that.
That's crazy.
That's good for the program.
So you're on now 54 minutes. So what am I doing? A 6-minute row. Not ideal.
Ooh,
And a 3. What
tough.
does a 3 mean? I'm pretty average. I can keep my time. Okay. So, right. So
where are we at though? Because we must be close.
54 minutes. I'm on 43.5.
Oh, 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I've got to do some making up.
You've
on
got to do
this
some
run.
making
So
up.
what's this run 6?
This is run 6. A 2.
2-minute run.
Strong.
That's good. Come on.
And a 1.
Double it. I'm getting the hang of this game now, aren't I?
You're not getting the hang of the number of laps though.
I'm taking a 4-minute
A
run.
4-minute run. A 4-minute run. Okay.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. That's fine. A 6.
Oh, no.
And a 4.
Oh, what's 4? We haven't had a
You're
4 yet.
pacing your runs well. Keep your run score. Okay, so
You're making this up as we go along.
it's literally on the screen in front of me.
Okay, so now we're into Farmer's Carry.
We are into Farmer's Carry.
Give me a 1 minute.
However, sorry. For Farmer's Carry, your first dice roll is for 30 seconds, not 1 minute, because Farmer's Carry is a much shorter station.
Okay. Technicalities.
Yeah. So 3 minutes, because you've just rolled a 6.
Well, it's better than doing a 6-minute
It is,
Farmer's Carry,
it
that's for sure. And a 5.
And a 5.
Okay,
So a
give me something
5
good.
or Farmer's Carry, unbroken. Take a minute off your time.
I'm taking it. So 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
That sounds about right.
That's good. There you go.
We're coming together.
Integrity in this game.
Yeah, that's-
Similar to our Sims. Okay, so first dice for me, a 3.
So
That's on 1.5 minutes. That's pretty good.
That is good. Oh, you don't like to see
Oh
that.
no!
What?
You have the grip strength of an infant child. Double your time. So I've got a 3 minute.
That's still, you'll take it.
It's pretty much the worst it can be. Well, it's not, but
It could be worse.
it could be a lot worse. Right,
Run 7.
run 7.
Oh, we're getting close.
We are
Crunch time. 4-minute run.
4-minute run, followed by the impact of 3.
That's not good, is it?
So, oh no, there's no fast lane police, and you find yourself caught in a busy track. Add 1 minute to your run time. So is that a 4-minute run?
5-minute run.
Oh, sorry, 5-minute run. Okay, this could be well. Okay, my run, a 1 minute run. That's huge. And a 2. Okay, so I need to add 2 minutes. That's a 3-minute run.
All right, lunchtime.
Lunchtime. This is where I usually die in a race. What?
See that catch? Watch that on YouTube. That was actually amazing. Can I roll again?
Yeah, no one on YouTube can see that either. That happened off the table.
Yeah, but you would have heard it if it hit the floor.
Oh, okay.
That was... God, I'm athletic.
He comes in with a 1 minute lunge. He is athletic.
That's huge. And a 5. This is
5.
good. This is big for the program.
Okay. Those overpriced lactate buffer supplements and their placebo effects are working wonders. You can take 2 minutes off your time.
A minus time.
And minus time. That's unheard of in HYROX.
So you're getting rid of a minute.
I'm getting rid of a minute. Wow.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
I'm glad I got a minus time.
I think that's actually one of the only times you can do that.
Yeah.
So you've nailed it. Okay, my lunges. 2 minutes.
2-minute lunge.
Happy.
That's huge.
3.
Ooh.
What's a 3 on lunges? Not terrible. Keep your time.
How many times are you getting that?
I'm just average.
Run 8.
So 50, 75. Run 8.
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
I need a Rockstar. What's it? Hybrid Rockstar activation. 4. Give me something. Your average. Keep it.
Yeah, you're pacing your runs well. You can keep it.
Great.
So
I'll take
5
a
minutes.
5-minute run.
Okay. Okay, I've got a 4-minute run
That's good.
and a 6 hybrid Rockstar.
so
It's
you're
a
gonna-
2-minute run.
That's big.
Okay, so you're coming into the Warbles on 69 minutes. Pause. I'm coming into the Warbles on 59.5 minutes.
Oh, it's 10 minutes in it.
We've got the Warbles to do, and then we've got a double dice roll for the Rock Zone.
Oh, okay, fine.
Okay.
Out of the integrity of the game,
Yeah,
you still can get me to re-roll.
I can.
Yeah, you haven't forgotten that.
I haven't forgotten
Cool.
that.
Just wanted to make
Yeah,
sure you
yeah.
hadn't forgotten
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I wondered if you're going to keep it.
Yeah, I mean, I'd only need it if I need it.
1 minute warbles.
I might be using it.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Give me...
No, I want you to re-roll that right now.
You're actually the worst guy.
I don't want to, like, if I wait for the impact, I can only ask you to re-roll the impact. A 4-minute wall ball. That's still not bad.
I'm actually a bit sad. 5.
5 though.
I needed that.
Wow.
I needed that.
Okay.
gone
Well
unbroken.
done. You went unbroken.
Very did.
With the wall balls, take 2 minutes off your time. So 3-minute wall balls. It's pretty good.
Wait, how many off the time?
Oh,
2 minutes off.
Yeah, 2 minutes off.
So
So
2
2-minute
minute
wall
walls.
balls. You're on 69, so you're on 71.
That's a big finish.
That's
a good
you
time.
haven't done the rock zone yet.
Yeah, I know. I'm taking it though.
You are notoriously good at rock zone.
Yeah,
so
the king.
2-minute wall balls
Good.
and a 5.
Oh, I
So
went unbroken as well.
I think I've just done a 0-minute wall balls. So I've currently gone sub-hour. I'm on 59 and a half.
That is mental.
However,
We've got a rock zone it.
yeah, I can still lose if I roll a 12
Okay.
and you roll a nothing.
Ah.
So go
So
ahead.
I double dice,
Double dice. This is your rock zone.
and I don't know what that means.
Your rock zone.
Oh, fine. So the
overall
total dice.
is your rock zone time.
This game is
It's sick.
incredible.
I'm quite happy about it.
Unless you hate HYROX.
Yeah.
And we are. This is more tragic than Dungeons and Dragons by far. Oh, lads, 9 minutes.
9-minute rock zone.
6 and a 3.
So you've gone 80-minute HYROX.
I'll
For your
take
first
that.
time,
For my first time,
that's not bad.
I missed a lot of it ins. I did a lot of extra laps. Oh,
5-minute rock zone. Okay. So I've gone a 64.5, sub 65.
You'll take
I'm
that.
happy with that.
Let's
GGs.
just assume we're
Well
racing pro.
played. Yeah. Well, welcome to Hybrids and Rockstars. Soon to be available in all shops and Amazon near you.
I want to be the face of the product. I want to be on the front of the box.
Okay. Sure. We'll both have Rabdo in the image.
That should have been a scenario.
Oh, well, not done right.
Yeah.
What we might have, I kind of want the idea of chance cards.
Oh.
I might bring chance cards into it. Guys, if you enjoyed that
We're
and you
gonna
want to
do
play at
this.
home, then let me know.
You best believe
put
as
this up
soon as
somewhere.
we stop recording this, we're going again.
Oh yeah, for sure. Maybe we'll bring it back and we'll have some different things that can happen. If you've got certain scenarios you want us to include and what the impact of that could be, then actually let us know, because I really like this. This is really fun.
It's actually really fun.
So yeah, but the next episode, like I said, is the Christmas special. So make sure you give us something that you'd like to listen to. We may end up doing this in a Christmassy version.
Mm-hmm.
We will have, as I said, multiple games. So let us know your favorite ones of the year if you've been listening throughout. If you haven't, go back, check out those episodes, drop a 5-star review while you're there, share it with a friend, and then go and watch them all again on YouTube and subscribe when you're there as well. Charles, is there anything from you before we move into the full Christmassiness of next episode?
I think just a big shout out to everyone who raced HYROX. There were lots of people who did it their first time, which was really cool to see. But ROXD had the most athletes or coached athletes, the most community members that we've ever had racing. So it was like a really successful, really big week for us as well. So just shout out to everyone who smashed it, basically.
And shout out to everyone who doesn't like HYROX and listens anyway. Thanks for putting up with us. And
That's a tough episode.
yeah, that was a tough episode. But the next one may be far more suited to everybody. So we look forward to seeing you there. See you in the next one.